Welcome to another episode of Echoes of History. This is Quick Snaptube, and today we embark on a journey through the pages of one of the most pivotal chapters in human history, World War II. In this episode, we'll explore the depths of the conflict, from the darkest corners to the moments that defined courage and resilience. Buckle up as we delve into the heart of World War II. Our journey begins in the troubled years leading up to World War II. How did the world find itself on the brink of destruction? Join us as we uncover the political, economic, and social factors that set the stage for this global conflict. The Holocaust, a dark chapter in human history that we must never forget. In this segment, we shine a light on the atrocities committed during this genocide, exploring the stories of survivors, the perpetrators, and the lessons we can learn to ensure never again.
Of school, there are about 38 children in this class, and of whom 6 survived. My name is Lydia Tischler. I am 88 years old. From September 42 until May 45, I was in various concentration camps. Auschwitz was hell. Auschwitz really was hell. We were on the last but one transport to Auschwitz. The last transport were all the prominents in Terezin who went straight into the gas chamber. There were about 50 of us in a kettle truck with a bucket, that was it. We arrived in the middle of the night, and in Auschwitz you could smell the fear. You really could smell it. And we had to go through selection. We didn't know it was selection, but that's what it was. Mengele, whom you may have heard, was standing there, and he looked at you and then sent you to the left or to the right. The left was the side for living and the right was the side for gas. I knew that our mother, because she didn't come to the left, she went to the right. But after the war, I had a sort of hope that maybe she was in some displaced persons camp, that she wasn't dead, that somehow by miracle she escaped. We were herded into a huge hall and told to undress. And then somebody came and shaved all our hair, and then we were herded into another room where we were sat on benches like in a theater stacked. And by then people who had been there for some time told us, you go to the gas chambers. And so we sat there, and I must say I sat there and didn't know whether it would be water or gas. It was water. I remember when I came to Auschwitz, in this room where they took everything away from us, there was a wooden board with the nationalities of all the nationalities that were in camp. And I think on top I don't think there were any English people, French, and the bottom 2 were the Gypsies and the Jews. And I have to remember this. For some reason it seemed to me important where they are putting us. Day to day life, somehow one just took every day as it came. I worked in the market gardens. We were able to smuggle sometimes some of the fruit. For instance, cucumbers, if they were nicely bent, you could stick it into your bra and bring it into the camp. And luckily, nobody was taking our clothes off to see what we had hidden. Potatoes you could put in your stockings. Tomatoes were not safe because they could squash, and that was it. Paradoxically, I got acquainted with cultural life in Terezin. I heard for the, music, there were, of course, all the well-known actors, musicians, writers, professors were also in camp. So there was a rich cultural and intellectual life as far as it was possible. I heard Verdi's Requiem for the first time in my life in Terezin. I would not have heard it if I'd been at home at the age of 12 in Ostrava. Life for people like me wasn't the worst. It was much worse for older people who felt the hunger and felt, they had already had a life that they were deprived of. Usually when people have to deny something, it's because they have to deny something because he's a nasty man and he doesn't want to feel nasty, so he has to deny that anybody, he perhaps would have liked to do it himself. This is how I understand when people have to deny the horrors. In fact, when I came to England and I managed to find a school and I went to, it was Bronsbury and Kilburn High School for girls. And when the girls heard where I came from and they asked me questions, I thought, how can they ask me these questions? They've seen the films. But then when I studied psychology, I understood that when things are so outside human experience, you really can't believe it. I discovered later on when I studied psychology and psychoanalysis how useful defenses are. That you could believe it and not believe it. You kind of told yourself, no, they made a mistake. Can't be true. So people just went to Auschwitz and very few survived. I think one person escaped from Auschwitz, a Czech man who escaped, and nobody believed him what he told them. The best way to remember it would be if people could learn from this experience so that it's not repeated. And in fact, it's something that I've never felt that I needed to revenge myself. I also haven't felt a victim. They didn't succeed in making me a victim. I'm a survivor, which is something very different. We thought of them as inhuman. But I think they never made me feel that I'm less than human. I could, I had to put up with what they did to me. When they told me to undress. If I'd said I'm not undressing, then they'd shot me, or don't know what they would have done. And although the Germans were able to take away all my physical, almost everything, except my life, they left me alive, but whatever could be removed from my body, they removed from my body. They couldn't remove my soul. They couldn't remove my integrity, my inner self that I managed to maintain. All of us have the capacity to be sadistic and horrible to other people. We managed to not do it, but the potential for destructiveness is in all of us. I actually believe that people are born, they're born neither good nor bad, and that the badness is something that is the way that one is treated as a child. That, if you're treated well as a child, you can become a Hitler.
June 6, 1944, a day that changed the course of history. On the beaches of Normandy, Allied forces launched a daring invasion. Discover the strategic planning, heroic sacrifices, and the significance of D-Day in our journey through the battle that turned the tide of World War II.
Like to try it. Every night I said my prayers. Once you got in the foxhole, if you dug the foxhole deep enough, you'd be comfortable. We stood up at night and moved around and laid down during the day because we were scared. You just live with it every day. You don't think of what might happen tomorrow or something. It's already happened today and yesterday. That's always fresh in your mind. Who helped win World War II? It wasn't just us. And who did it at home? It was the girls.
In the skies above Britain, a fierce battle unfolded, the Battle of Britain. Join us as we explore the relentless aerial combat, the bravery of the RAF, and the pivotal moments that secured victory against the German Luftwaffe. World War II was filled with turning points that shaped its outcome. From Stalingrad to Midway, these moments defined the course of the war. Join us as we examine the critical battles and events that marked the turning points in this global conflict.
Я счастливый, что я могу вас видеть, с вами разговаривать. Это для меня большое дело.
Спасибо огромное.
2 ночи не сплю, потому что я жду вас.
Я
Я
обещал.
счастливый, что я могу с вами говорить и вас видеть. Хороший парень.
This is one of the last opportunities that we'll have to witness something like this. I feel like we're kind of touching a piece of history. This reunion between Eliyahu and his nephew, who came immediately to meet him from Russia when the revelation was made, happened thanks to the information that they found, that Eliyahu's grandson found on Yad Vashem's central database of Shoah victims' names.
Сейчас вы знаете, что есть большая фамилия здесь, в Израиле.
Да.
Вы не будете самотны. И будете здоровы.
Нормально. Все нормально. Все нормально. Нормально. Нормально.
And there you have it, a glimpse into the vast and intricate tapestry of World War II. Join us in future episodes as we continue to explore the untold stories, forgotten heroes, and enduring legacies of this monumental chapter in human history. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode. Until next time, keep exploring the echoes of history.